I think that's one of the things that made it so real for Laker fans and Kobe fans, is that he was part of the family, and you watch this young man grow up, and we know how great he was. We just wanted others to recognize that and respect it as well. And I think Kobe was a great kind of transitionary figure that helped to take all that to another level. I think that he was going to take that to an even greater level in the second act of his life, so to speak. Just what he started to do, the storytelling, and winning the Academy Award, and just all the different things that he was able to start launching, I think was going to be even greater. You could see him being that transitionary figure for the people that are coming after him. The LeBrons of this day, I think, can do the things that they're doing because of the table that Kobe set. And so my hope is that we can find a way to solve some of the things that he was passionate about, helping youth, helping homelessness, all those different things. I think if people come together, we can really make that a fight that we can win. I think 100% she would have played in the NBA. We actually watched a lot of the videos of them together before any of this happened, just because it was cool to see how passionate she was for the game. And I think with a teacher like him, not only was she benefiting, but that whole team that he was serving was really benefiting. So I think the sky was a limit for her.
When I thought about Kobe, I thought he was a person who never gave up, and he really inspired a lot of people, because when he played, like how he said when he tore his Achilles, he shot those 2 free throws instead of just leaving, and he didn't give up, and he still had that strength. Kobe just was such an inspiration to me, and he just really taught me that I could do like what I could do something. Even though he was a basketball player, he by doing what he did, I think he inspired kids to stay off of drugs and do that, because if they want to do what he does, if they want to play that sport, if they want to get higher into their life, then they should not do all those drugs. They should not vape. And I think Kobe inspired kids to not do that so that they could achieve what they want to do. I just really wanted to do what he does. I wanted to be like him. I really wanted to be like Kobe, because
I was on my way to church and I got text messages and I didn't believe it. I thought this was like some kind of story, some kind of fake news. I checked all the outlets. It was such a shock. I was crying during church service. I couldn't make it through. I was just breaking down left and right. All that kept playing to me were all the games he brought us he brought us back from, all the times when our franchise was bad. And again, it's not just about basketball. I mean, he just showed that, like, I mean, he's just a metaphor for life, you know? Like, there's times where it's gonna be bad, and he just fought through everything. And I mean, just the day he tore his Achilles and he just stepped up the line, that was like amazing. Just those little moments. The last game where he dropped 60, he was broken and he was old. He put on a performance for a lifetime. I mean, it's just a metaphor for life, you know? Basketball was just his medium, and it was amazing what he could do. It was just his heart and soul, and we're all here for Kobe, but I mean, the tragedy itself of his daughter passing with him, yeah, who knows? I mean, having that level of a mentor and a legend in your father, Kobe Bryant, who knows what she could have been. She could have been the next greatest, you know, she could have transcended not just women's basketball, but women in sports in general. I can't believe he's gone. I can't believe he's gone.
Where were you when you played?
I was about 4 years old when I first seen Kobe ever play. I never got to see him play in person till about 14, 15, but my dad put me on at an early age because he was a big Lakers fan. And it's always been a part of our family, honestly, and just a part of California in general, because he's an icon to this whole city. He put on for so much, put the whole city on his back. After Magic had Showtime in the 80s, Kobe brought back Showtime to LA low-key, but he did it his own way. Determination and the willpower to win every single game he went out there with. And 81 points is big for him, too. I know it's probably going to be a while, but it's never going to be a dry eye again in Staples Center. I know they just had canceled the Clippers and Lakers game tomorrow, and I know that was about to be a heartwarming moment for everybody. and just to see the 2 jerseys in the rafters and all the banners he put up there he was a part of, he'll never be forgotten. Yeah, league-wide, I think they should retire his number because they already did for the Dallas Mavericks. They retired 24. I think nobody, but I think he would want players to wear 8 and 24 to keep on his legacy and his tradition, but just out of the respect and for, like, it's just, the numbers alone is iconic. To have 2 numbers that iconic is crazy. He did so much for each. 3 championships with 8 and 2 with back-to-back. Ridiculous. Still can't believe it.
I mean, I checked online, and I mean, I saw one report from TMC, and then I clicked on it, and it deleted. So I was like, oh, it's probably fake, you know? But then I seen Woj post about it, and I was like, oh, man. My heart just collapsed when, I saw all that and couldn't believe it, Been a fan since I was like 6 years old, and I mean, when you hear basketball, especially, my era, it's like you hear Kobe, and like it's just devastating to hear that. I always wanted to like pretend I was Kobe, like shooting at the trash can, yelling at Kobe. I mean, that was one of the main things that I used to do when I was young. But yeah, I mean, like his mentality, of never giving up, that was just, it always stuck by me, and even till now, like I have that urge of just fighting, even if things are impossible, I just want to keep going, because I mean, he was that guy that nothing was impossible for him, the DNA, that she had was like her father's, like she was learning from the best, and I wouldn't doubt it, that she would have been with the WNBA for sure. Yes, NBA, nothing's impossible nowadays, anything's possible, so yeah.
Do you think that they should retire his number across the board through all teams?
Oh, of course. The Mavs did it yesterday. Mark Cuban, said that no one's gonna wear 24, and I think all the teams should do it as well. Even the logo, I think, should get changed. I don't think Jerry West will mind that.
You're never gonna see somebody like Kobe again, ever. So when you see greatness and when you witness greatness, since I remember being able to watch basketball or anything, you just have to pay your respects and pay respects to greatness because you don't see that every day. You don't see that. That's a lifetime, a generational thing. So you have to pay respects and acknowledge it. And
seeing a celebrity die, you never met him. You don't really know him as a person. But then you start to think like, wow, you do. He was a big part of my childhood, and like, I remember I see highlights that keep being posted on. I remember exactly where I was that day, and my all-time favorite memory was Kobe sinking the game-winning shot versus the Suns at 06.
My name is London, London, and my last name is Johnson, Johnsson.
And I'm Paris Johnson, ParisJohnsson.
My name's Robin Rosella, RobinResella.
My name is Sterling Henderson, Sterling, and Henderson, Hnderson.
Yeah, my name is Manuel, and it's Manuel.
Could you look in the camera and say that I have permission to use this footage?
you have permission to use the footage.
Thank you.
Angel Vega, and then Angelvega.